Oh, good morning. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. It's been a while since I've picked up the camera. It's been nasty and raining and raining and raining and raining and freezing rain and sleet and freezing rain for almost a whole week. So if you've watched our channel any length of time, you know when weather's like that, I don't bring out the camera. Just coming down to make a baby check. We kind of had to head back to the house a little prematurely last night, so came down to start the water tank running and for the cows and the sheep mamas in the back. My wife kind of messed up her knee last night. And our granddaughter came down and bottle fed for us this morning, and apparently did a great job, but didn't think to stress to her to check and see if we had any new babies. So that one right there in the corner, where's she at? Right there. Yeah. That one right there, I think, is horribly close. Yes, this thing spends 90% of her time out on the table. Don't know why, but she does. Alrighty, well, no babies. Yeah, that's the bottle baby pen, as you can tell. This boy, big in there, was just weaned last night, and as you can tell, he's not really liking it. You remember a few videos ago when we were talking about Bruiser? That's Bruiser, and he's not liking being weaned from the bottle. Not liking it at all. We're in our third section of what should be our third section of babies, and from the looks of things, there's maybe 12 or 14 girls that are bagging up really well, and that I would expect to have babies sometime in the very near future. So we're going to keep an eye on them. I also, the first group of mamas that we weaned the babies off and took them to the sale, you saw the video on that. We need to, they were put out with calves and mama donkey. So up until a couple of nights ago, they still had access to the top barn and the water tanks and all that up there. But we had a little issue, not with the sheep, but with the cows. The calves decided that they needed to come through the barn and tear the panel down, and they went all the way through and wound up on top of the hay table. So Teresa and my granddaughter had already went back to the house, and all I was doing was finishing up a couple of the water tanks when they made their masked maraud. So I had to get them back where they belong. Tried to fix the gates so that the sheep could still have access to the barn, but would keep the cows out. Wasn't real successful with that. That one is a all right. One of the things I got to try to do this afternoon, I mentioned before how this bulk bin had shifted on that pallet, and as you see, it's gotten a whole lot worse. So I'm going to see if I can get up there and move quite a bit of the feed to the front, see if I can level out that weight a little bit, and get it pushed back up on that pallet a little bit better, hopefully without pushing it off or the pallet just coming with it. Okay, so we'll see what we can do. So here's what I got. See, all that feed has shifted to the back, and I'm going to have to try to show that toward the front. So hopefully I can level out this weight and get this bin set more upright. We're going to try anyway. If I can get enough of it shifted so that it's not so heavy in the back, then I should be able to get back there and push it up enough that there's a half a pallet back there sitting on the ground that would fit perfectly up under there to just hold it flush. And so I'm going to see if I can get that done. So I'll check in with you in just a minute. Even the lambs are like, Lord, it's getting hot. The catty ball stretched out there. He's that fat little boy. That one right there refuses to stay in the mama's in waiting pen. You see how big she is, how fat she is. And if I'm not mistaken, when she got up a minute ago, looked like she might have been stringing a little bit, which means that she may be getting close to delivering. So I'm going to get in here, and they've got a bunch of hay packed up again in front of the gate that we use to go into the lambing pens. So I'm going to get in there and clear that out a little bit so that it'll be easier to get in and out. And we'll just stop putting hay all the way to the end of the table. That way they can't pull it off onto the floor and gum that up where we can't get in and out. So that's what I'm fixing to do next. You see I got the bale of hay in here. I just didn't video that process because I figured, you know, you've probably seen me do it about 65 times now. So, or it probably seems like it anyway. So, I'm good with the progress on the bin. It's setting a little bit more level. Should be a little easier to get feed out. If I had one of the old car bumper type jacks or a tractor hijack, which I don't, no, not hijack a tractor, but a tractor hijack, just a large, like the old bumper jacks that you use for tractors, I could put it under that, under the back lip of that, because you see where the nails are right there, the little 5 pattern on the nails on the back. Maybe you can see that. Anyway, you can see it right there and at the front up there. But anyway, there is a beam that goes across at each one of those. So if I had one of those hijacks, I could put it under the edge on that back corner, jack it up a little bit, push it forward, and then do the same thing on the other side, push it forward to get it more level on that pallet. So, you know, lessons learned. When we used it for corn, we usually didn't do more than 1,000, 1,100 pounds at a time. So it really wasn't that big of a deal. Wasn't that hard getting it moved off and on the pallet stack. But this time we were at about 1,600, I think it was. And that proved to be a little bit more problematic. My tractor only has a 11-foot complete lift on it, so we were stretched thinly. Very difficult, but anyway, we got it done. But it was very difficult to get the bag over into the bin to be able to get it offloaded, because that bin is about 4.5 feet tall, and then it had a pallet on there, so might as well say 4.5 at minimum. And then the bag, you know, those heavy bags like that will just elongate when you pick them up, and it was challenging, to say the least, to be able to get the bag over into the bulk bin to be able to get it offloaded. So didn't consider that as well. Now, what I will do is on the other side of the bin, there are notches cut out for like pallet forks or lift forks. I will probably cut out companion on this side, so that I've got pallet options on both sides. And then once I do that, I will most likely take the put some boards up there, so that way when your forks go in, you're not lifting directly on the bottom. I'll put some boards across there to kind of help support that weight when you pick it up like that. So anyway, we've got it better. It's still not 100%, but as we use some of this, I'll get back up there, and it doesn't take very long. It's just one of them jobs you go, ugh. But get back up there and shovel some more of that to the front of that bin as we go. Right now, I've got it more heavy to the front than I do to the back, and we've still got quite a bit left, a whole lot more than I thought. So we'll see how it goes. That's kind of where we're at right now. Trying to get around, get done before it gets late, and my wife is kind of messed up her knees, so she's not getting around very well. So I'm going to try to get started feeding early tonight, so we can get in bed, get a good night's sleep, and get a good start in the morning, because I'll be needing to come out and bottle feed and stuff like that in the morning before I head to work. Yeah, getting a late start this morning. We had some activity yesterday that unfortunately it was kind of spur of the moment, and wasn't able to get the camera together and get out here and get much video, but I can show you the aftermath. Yeah, you can see out there, there's a tractor, there's that pile of logs right there. Yeah, we had this tree up here that was lightning struck quite some time ago, and it had just gotten so rotten that it was beginning to worry us quite a bit, and had wanted to get it down for quite some time. Well, our son and brother-in-law showed up yesterday and got that one down, because you can see what that has done to the fences. Some of the big limbs that were falling out of that tree has pulled down the fence. The limbs catching on the fence had pulled them down quite a bit, and matter of fact, the last one that fell a couple of days ago pretty much tore up the H-brace here at the corner. So I'm going to have to get that pulled up, fixed, restretched. Well, matter of fact, it broke that post. I just now realized that. So not going to be a whole lot I can do till I can get some more posts. Well, just realized that. Thought it had just pulled it in the ground like it did that other one over there, but apparently not. Anyway, so dropped that tree, cut it up, and moved it where it's at. And then in the process, there was another tree on the front of the property that the wind had pretty much near uprooted quite some time ago, and it was the same way. It was dead, and what scared me about that one is that, one, it was really close to the highway, and two, there is also a gas main real close to where it was also. So those two things kind of had me a little concerned, but they managed to fell that thing like pros. I was absolutely just dumbfounded at how they managed to do it. Let me walk out there and show you aftermath of this one. I don't have my camera holder, so just got it in my hand. Anyway, there's the aftermath of the one in the front yard. So pretty good little pile there. So unfortunately, a bad side effect of that is while our son was out here doing this, he managed to lose his phone. So we ended the day with about an hour and a half phone search, and didn't find it anywhere. They kept pinging it, And it said that it was out there next to that tree in the front that we cut. But we have walked and walked and walked, hour and a half last night and another hour just a little bit ago, and still cannot find where his phone may be. So boy, I sure hate that. But anyway, so that's kind of what we've been up to. Got home. I'm gonna wait a minute to go put the diesel in the tractor, because unfortunately the goats have managed to find a way to get up to where the tractor is, and I don't want to encourage them. Oh, goats are so challenging, because unfortunately the attitude of a goat is that if you have a fence, there is nothing that'll challenge a fence like a goat will. Gosh, most of the time when a cow challenges a fence, it's just they're trying to reach some grass on the other side, and they keep pushing, and just because of how big they are, they wind up going through it. And but with goats, they are convinced that if there is a fence there, the whole purpose of that fence is because there's something better on the other side. You know there's something better on the other side, so they had to figure out what it is. And so they are extremely, extremely challenging to fences. Right now I'm going over to the, we call it the office, guest house, spare rooms, whatever you want to call it. Upstairs here, got some stuff I need to drop off up here, and I'll be working on a another project for YouTube very soon. I'll tell you more details on that as we get closer, but yeah, I sure will. That's where we're at right now. That's all I'm going to say right now.